Let's do some talkaboutables, TK.
Let's do it.
Since we're talking about emotional baggage today, emotional clutter.
Emotional damage.
Oh.
Come on, man. Low-hanging fruit.
Here is a great tip to avoid emotionally charged impulse purchases. Take a look at this video.
Do you find yourself buying decor and then when you get it home, you really don't like it as much as you thought you did? When I go shopping, all these colors and pretty displays overwhelm me. But before I buy anything, I take it to the trash, meaning the trash can aisle in the store. So this vase, it looked gorgeous, surrounded by all this beautiful foliage. But in the trash can aisle, it kind of looked like a weird donut. Oh. And then this vase, I loved it, surrounded by the wreaths. But in the trash can aisle, I realized I could probably find the same thing at Goodwill for cheaper. If I like it in the trash can aisle, then I will buy it because I know it'll be pretty anywhere.
That's so smart.
What I thought this was going initially was like, take it to the trash can aisle and then throw it out. that seems like a JFM tip. Before you buy it, throw it away. And I can imagine like just me at Target and I'm just taking a bunch of things to the trash can out and just literally put it in trash cans and then walking out of the store.
Sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Wouldn't be the first time I was kicked out of a retail store. But I really enjoy this because it's not about the trash cans per se. It's about taking the object out of its natural environment, putting some space between the impulse of the moment and the actual purchase itself. We have something called the wait for it rule, also known as the 30-30 rule. If something costs more than $30, why not wait 30 hours to buy it? Because you're putting some space between the I've got to have it right now, instant gratification. And you know what? If I wait a day and I still feel like I'm really going to get value from this, it's going to enhance my life, I don't want to deprive myself of it, but I've made some space between the impulse and the purchase itself.
Yeah, I think I want to apply this to people. Like, hey, man, come over here and stand next to this trash can with me right quick. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you're all right. I guess you can stick around. Hey, but seriously though, man, it's kind of like trying on clothes, right? Where it looks great on that mannequin, but man, there are some people, they're so beautiful. Anything looks good on them.
Yes.
But then when you try it on yourself, you're like, oh, okay, it looked amazing on him, but it just doesn't fit me. But I love how she just basically creatively applied that to things. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, instead of just seeing it on the mannequin and buying it,
Yep.
actually trying it on, because your house doesn't look like the aisle in which you're purchasing this from.
Yeah.
And so in a way, you're trying on that item just by putting it in a different context, a different setting. And if you're still like, oh yeah, and by the way, this would look really great on my dresser, on my credenza, or look great in my kitchen, wherever. Wonderful. If you really want it and you think it will enhance your life, but that's staving off the impulse to see whether or not it's actually going to add value.
Don't do this with food though, because nothing probably looks good next to a trash can. That's TK's tip of the week.
A few months ago, when we had Dr. Sean O'Mara on the podcast, remember we watched the video with him where people were eating ice cream out of chocolate ice cream out of a toilet bowl? And it was the perfect thing because it was like, oh, chocolate ice cream is delicious, but if you have it in a toilet, imagine you had it in your actual toilet at home. I don't care how delicious that stuff is. It would be a big hurdle to try to eat that ice cream.
What?
I hope you enjoyed that highlight from the Minimalist Private Podcast. If you'd like another highlight, check out this video. If you'd like to watch the minimal episode, check out this video. Or if you'd like to dive deep into full episodes of the Minimalist Private Podcast, head on over to Patreon. The link is in the description. Your support keeps our podcast and YouTube channel 100% advertisement free.